Today, webinar 2 is all about tips and tricks for effective social media marketing. What we are going to cover in this hour together is starting with creating smart collaborations. To start with, we're going to talk about, perhaps some of you may already be doing the strategies that I'm going to share with you. Some of you, it might be just a different way to think about how we interact, not only with our audiences, but how we interact with each other as destination ambassadors. So we'll have a little talk about that. We want to move on from that to look at starting with we, and I don't know if you guys can see me. I'm in a different location today. Hello. So I want to talk about starting with we before we think about me and my business and my organisation. I've been doing a lot of work lately around partnerships and collaboration. We wouldn't be in our industries and we wouldn't have the success that we do without our partners and without our collaborative working environments and relationships, and that is exactly the same in social media. And I just want to put that back on top of your list as a priority when we're talking about really tips and tricks. I want to start at the foundation of how we collaborating with each other. What else we're going to look at is a hashtag strategy. Now, we have some very Facebook and Instagram specific training coming up over the coming months. However, we only have an hour to cover the real how-tos of how to use the platforms. So before we jump into those, particularly with Instagram, I wanted to put a little bit of work around a hashtag strategy that you can implement right now before we wait for the Instagram, and then we can just enhance it or share our results even around using hashtags effectively. Now, does everybody in the virtual room here have their heads around hashtags? Do we all understand what a hashtag is? Because I didn't spend too much time. Excellent. I'm getting a lot of yeses, which is good, and it's actually also a relief because I'm going into this with more a bit of an intermediate approach that you will know now what the hashtags are and how they work. Who has a hashtag strategy in place? Anyone have given some thought to some hashtag loving? Is that something? I'm not getting as much. I'm getting nothing there. So I'll assume this is a bit of a new approach to think about hashtags even as a strategy. So I would take that as a good thing. We're going to talk about image resourcing, and that is certainly something around social media where we can get not only where can we get really good high quality images for our social media usage, but where can we get them for free? Even better, when we're small businesses and small organisations with small, teeny tiny budgets, free is a good thing when we can get high quality. Design resources, again, not only design resources that can help us in our business, but also design resources for free. I love free. I'm very much the same in your boat, very much in your shoes, unless anybody has cash to splash and has, money to outsource and for design and for all sorts of things. We want to really focus on our brand, and we want to do it. Using the do it effectively. So I've got some resources to show you there, and anything when I say, I guess what we're missing here is the tips, tricks, and tools. So I'm going to end on some tools, and I love, if you can see me there, I do 99.9% of my social media when it comes to filming, shooting, editing, making sexy, I do it all via my phone. At the moment, it is a very much me, myself, and I operation, and it's the same for any clients that I look after. And I think it will be really useful for you to have a look at those as well. So I've hooked up, and I'm hoping that it will work. I've actually hooked up a cord to my device so I can actually show you live within my phone how I do a few things. Does this all sound good to you? All good? Ready, set, go? Wonderful. Okay, so we will look forward and saying, okay, when we're talking creating smart collaborations, what I want you to think about now, whether you have a pen and paper at the ready or, open up a new Word document, I want you to think about who your current business partners and relationships are within your organisation, okay? I would definitely think the host of this webinar, Visit the Murray, would be on top of the list as a partner. And for Visit the Murray, the team there, you guys would be listed there as a partner. Who are you packaging with? Who have you got a really great relationship with? Who do you turn to regularly, as partners in crime to kind of seek counsel and advice from regularly? So I just want you to write down who you have really great offline relationships at the moment, okay? So I'll just give you a minute there to have a think about all of those businesses. Now, as we move forward, we want to look at this as we need to follow, then lead. So when it comes to social media, something that we can not, I know we have time constraints and resources constraints, but what I want to put focus your attention to is all of these partners and relationships that you have that have kept your business green and growing, okay, through your collaborations. Are you following them, okay? Are we following, and have we actively gone into our social media channels and looked at these business and followed them, okay? I want you to have a think about that. Has anybody, please give me some feedback. Is this something you have actively done? Made a list of everyone that you partner with and gone and actively followed those businesses and check in with what they're doing online? Not at the moment? Excellent. Now, a really good place that we can start now, I don't know individually for all of you, and welcome Fiona and Alan, we've got, fantastic, we've got, the numbers grew overnight, they literally did. I was thinking we had a really small group, but it's lovely to see so many of you come join us today. Now I've got some hands up from Betty and Cheryl. Is that a question you have for me, ladies? I'm just checking in here. No, otherwise I'll keep going. So I don't know who you currently have in your business relationships, but certainly a really great start is that you're in touch with all of your local, regional and state tourism organisations, okay? So a very good start is that you're starting from who's in your backyard and who's supporting you religiously, okay, as an industry partner, then from the state and the tourism associations. So the first thing, I've gone and done the homework for you, and as always, I will share these slides. So the first one I want you to think about is Visit the Murray. Now, Visit the Murray on Facebook and Instagram, their handle is Visit the Murray. So when we're talking handle, for those of you that may still get confused over hashtag and the handle I'm talking about, it's if you think of the outside at sign, like your email address, it's the account, it's the social media address, it's the account. So for Twitter and Instagram, visit the Murray. All we need to do for those of you that don't currently have this, we're going to go in, and something I prepared for you earlier, we want to make sure that as industry, every one of us is following the Visit the Murray page, okay? This is the very first tip. Do you have all of these profiles in your armour? So Visit the Murray. Now, if I wanted to see the next one, I'm going to suggest to you is Echuca Moama. Okay, so it should come up straight away because I've already done it. Now, Echuca, Visit the Murray, and I've put this in your slides. The main hashtag that is used is hashtag Visit the Murray and hashtag Murray River. Okay, this is an important resource for you. Now, if we move back to Echuca Moama, everybody I want following Echuca Moama. So this is where I'm coming from. When I say which handle, this is what I want you to be looking for. To search for it. Now, Instagram, I'm not going to go too much into it. We can search our accounts, we can search our hashtags on Instagram. What we can't do is post on our desktop. That we can only do on our mobile, okay? So now I'm not sure why. So see, at Echuca Moama, it's brought that up. Now, if anybody from Echuca Moama Regional Tourism is on the call, I thought I would save this as a perfect example, okay? So Echuca Moama have suggested that we use the hashtag Echuca_Moama. Now, with the hashtag, you can see when I hover my mouse over the bio, it doesn't activate. I can't click on anything. The hashtag, though, activates the hashtags as a search term. They're teaching the audience, come over and use Echuca_Moama in the hashtag so they can reuse those posts or give permission to post, okay? Now, if I go into Echuca Moama, I can see there's 126 posts that other people have used, okay, for this particular, for the region. Now check out what happens when I say Echuca Moama without any underscore. Look how many posts we have there. So for you guys in the region, I think this is something that we might want to tell the guys, do you really want to keep? It's okay if that was an issue around getting that particular address, if that was already taken or whatever it might be, they might want to rethink which hashtag they want to be promoting, because for you guys, I'd certainly want your images in your business coming up on this really popular hashtag, and that's what we want to activate here. Okay, so if we go back now to our little PowerPoint, come on. Now, does that make sense to everyone? Do we have any questions? Thank you so much. Okay, excellent, Rachel. So I hope that gives you a good idea that this is where we're going with in terms of a hashtag strategy. Because what we want to start doing is paying attention to this number here. Now, I talk a lot about marketing assets, okay? This here is a fantastic asset for the region, and as businesses, the only way we can tap into this is by making sure we use these hashtags in our own post. So say, for example, if I start Visit the Murray, we have over 1,000 posts with Visit the Murray using Visit the Murray hashtags. So as we talk about, a lot of businesses say, I never know what to post, and we're going to talk a lot about today. As a big tip is post your best stuff. And if your stuff isn't good, then post other people's best stuff, okay? And where you can find other people's best stuff is using these hashtags. And how other people, so about now collaborating and sharing, how other people find really good stuff is going in here in these libraries that then they can be inspired, okay? I mean, look at this photo. That's beautiful. It's got some high engagement here, so I'm always looking at the numbers, okay? This is a great hashtag to use. We can whoa, what's going on here? So check this out, Visit Melbourne. So this account has 300k followers. They've shared a photo from the region. They've tagged. This is fantastic. Now, what I would be doing is you guys, another tip, this is where we say follow, then lead. If I was to now, I've put in some love here. We want to say something like, take me there. I'm going to give some Visit the Murray love to now because I know their handle. If you can see, I love, and I'm going to say Visit the Murray, because this way, what happens? Not only have I put my account in front of this very highly engaged audience, I've also tagged and given love to Visit the Murray. So anybody that's coming on this feed with interest can, we're checking out what everyone else is doing. Note here, when we are taking other people's photos, we are always, I can't stress enough, you probably already, I did mention this in our last webinar too, we are always crediting the photo. And this is how we can grow our profiles and our accounts in social media. So, number one is we need to follow. But what I mean follow is literally go in and follow these accounts. Visit Melbourne is the other account that I am suggesting that you do follow. So we want our regional, we want our state, and we want to be following and connecting with Tourism Australia, tourism body at a federal, that's governed by the federal government. So I hope. So what I've done for you, if you're madly, and sometimes I get confused which of the accounts, the state, the regional and state account, which ones are the official accounts. So I've gone and put all the official accounts for you to go and follow, as well as their preferred hashtags that they use, because this is what is going to form your hashtag strategy, that you're always going to have these in your toolbox. Okay? Any questions, comments, please just put your hand up or fire away. So, otherwise, I will keep going as I look at the time. Visit the Murray. So I've put in there, they are on all three, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and there is their account. They would like to educate us to use these two hashtags, Visit the Murray and Murray River. Echuca Moama. So on Facebook, you can find Echuca Moama without an underscore, but on Twitter and Instagram, we have Echuca Moama, and there's the two hashtags that they like to use. Visit Victoria, Facebook and Instagram, we've got @Visit Melbourne, On Twitter, they are just Melbourne. So that's where it can get confusing. And I hope this will be valuable to you, that it's just there as a handy checklist. And then the state hashtags that we wanted, because the tip here, guys, is that if our primary audience is domestic, or we want to get more Melburnians coming out to our regions, there's 300,000 following this account just on Instagram. There's another more thousands that are following these accounts on Facebook. Now, these are free strategies for you to tap in and always making yourself known and known to them by way of tagging their pages and hashtagging what they prefer to use. Now, Visit Victoria, Visit Melbourne. That's their generic ones. I'm sure you all know or have been made aware. Wonder Victoria is the latest regional hashtag. So there's been a lot of money and a lot of push done by Visit Victoria, and it all centres around Wonder Victoria. And that's the other hashtag that I've added in to your strategy to use, okay? Now, I thought it would be remiss of me not to also add in there the Visit New South Wales. So I've added in for you the consumer website and then the handles for their social media, and they only have one preferred hashtag, and that's New South Wales. And our Tourism Australia. At Australia on Facebook, at australia.com, See Australia and Restaurant Australia. Now, a tip here with Tourism Australia, particularly on Twitter and Instagram, they love for us to tag their images. So if we go onto Instagram, they would like us to tag their images. On Facebook, they recommend to us that we actually post images on direct to their Facebook page. So let me give you an example. If I go so here we've got Visit the Murray. Let's go to, and I'm sure, Rachel, you might want to comment on this one if you prefer businesses to post directly to your page, or if you like them to just tag you to get. So look at this. Australia.com, in my global ballooning days in particular, when I would do this, now in my time there we had three images. Two of them were straight images that they shared, and they had also shared one of our photo albums, and I'm talking, it went viral. Like our business just went nuts. So in this instance, what Tourism Australia would like for us to do is come and directly post photos onto their page. Now, just in case, while I'm here on Facebook, so we would go in, put in a photo. There we go. Maybe here's a photo I had earlier, but I'm going to get to that. It's watermarked, but I won't do that now. But here you can see all of their visitor posts. So if we go into the Tourism Australia page, here are some businesses and individuals that are already on it and are tapping into this audience and going in and posting photos, gorgeous images for Tourism Australia social media team to go in and be inspired by, to then hopefully, as businesses, what would we really love is an organic post from them in their main timeline. Is that helpful? Is there any questions, comments? Okay, so for Visit the Murray, at this stage, we just want to tag. Okay, for Visit the Murray, prefer to tag at this stage as we're all driving our social media strategies together. But in this instance, as part of a tip, is that if if you've got the real money shot and you know it's a great one, this will be a great way to engage with the team there. What I've done for you here is I've gone through and put these as a collective of hashtags into your PowerPoint. What I'll do in my follow-up email to you guys, it'll be more helpful, so you can just copy and paste. I'll put this into your email, okay? This is what I would recommend as a strategy is to always have these as your first 11 hashtags at the ready for you to post, particularly for Instagram. What we need is 19 more to use, because Instagram, my dear friends, gives us 30 hashtags. 30 hashtags that we can tap into. What do I mean by this? I want to go back here, back into Instagram. So, for example, now I don't imagine Visit Melbourne. I'll just show you. I put this strategy into place, and I tell you, it makes such a big difference. And I'll go here. I did this, exactly what I'm sharing with you here. I had pre-researched hashtags. So I'm talking now, if you are an accommodation operator, for example, I want to go, so I've given you, remember, I've given you 11 to start with that will always feature. I want to go and make another 19. So if I'm accommodation, if I start typing, see, we're thinking, look at that. Just the hashtag accommodation has over 100,000 posts in there. Okay? And you've got beautiful images. If I went to then, let's have a look at, we'll see if this has no results. I think I spelt it wrong that way. Murray, see, look at this. Murray River, 62,000. Hotel. So if I was an accommodation provider, I would go and look at all of these top hotels, accommodation. Well, I wonder what could be another places. 3,000 places to stay Victoria, like 342 posts. It hasn't really broken the hashtag. It's not that popular, but you may want to consider using that as a hashtag. Now, something that I also want you to do, so if I go, can someone just put out their Instagram account for me? If someone can share their Instagram account with me that I could have a look at. Any one of you that might be? Okay, thanks, Mary. So I've got MV Mary Ann. Let's have a look. This is, so for here, Mim, thank you for sharing that, Mim. We want to build your library here. So front and center of the remaining hashtags that we want to use, and we always want to lead with, is your business, or whatever it is that you choose you want to build. So say for this one, so someone here, Pink Paddock Store, fantastic. they have tagged you, they've got some good followers. That is wonderful. Wonderful. So when we get someone, a big influencer like that, that follows us, we always want to go and follow them back. But also in particular, we would like to reuse that photo. Let me go check. Has Min, oops. Is that coming up? That's the one. Oh, I saw this beautiful picture here the other day. So what we'd like to do there is that we have now, we would love anybody that tags us in a photo in that way. What we want to do is go back, not only follow them back, but what I would love for you to do there in that instance, Mary, if I go back to that hashtag, a tip is to always see who it is that is posted. So if I saw that and you go in and go, oh, Pink Paddock store, this is exactly what I started with, is who can we build relationships with that have already got a high level of audience. So in this instance, and another tip and a tool I want to share with you, I use Google Chrome, okay, the Google Chrome extension as my web browser. It looks like this. It's really easy. You just go in and say, and Google Chrome, and that is my internet browser. In cases like this, I would take a note of Pink Paddock store, okay, as who they are, who that account is. Now, a really quick and easy way to capture this image, I go and crop, so I can take that, crop, and then I would just save it on my desktop as that account. So I know what and who that is. Now, when we're looking for content, this is the best way. This is such an authentic and lovely way to share not how we see ourselves, but share the experience of people that are our customers and our clients. Okay? So in this instance, now, and this is where I thought it's best to show you. Now, in this instance, I can't go on to here and go onto my account and post it. Remember, with Instagram, we have to do it on our phone. Now, that would be easier to do that, to do a screen share and post it on your phone. But what I could do is use that great photo. So if this was on I could go in and then use that photo on my Facebook. Now, if I've already posted something today, so if I go here now, I don't have to go hunting again for that handle. And remember, we always want to credit the photo. And you could say something like, a lovely moment captured by. Now, the @ symbol activates that account, okay, for Instagram and for Facebook. Look at this. Facebook has already found their Facebook account, so Pink Paddock store, and it activates that link. So if I was to post this, so now we're pretending that I am MV Mary, I'm the business, and we've done this, and then what happens once we've activated and posted this on Facebook and on Instagram, Pink Paddock store is going to get one of these little red notifications. Suddenly, we've got this, we've used social media to build a lovely new relationship, okay? Now, I would delve deeper. What do they do? Is there any opportunities we could help each other? Could we maybe do a bit of a dual? They're an online store. We offer a product. Can we collaborate something for an upcoming Christmas campaign? Okay, like get insanely curious about what is happening in these little red dots, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. Start getting finger on the pulse on who your audience is that is doing the work for you. So the worst thing, and the cuttable, a big tip out, the biggest one I think out there, and I guess one of the biggest mistake that I see is that our clients are taking the effort to do this, but we're not giving them any love back. We're not thanking them. We're not sharing what they've done, okay? So I hope from this day forward, we're going to really pay attention to what's going on there. So the 19 more here, the 19 more hashtags that you're going to fill out, your 30, is exactly what I did there, is go in and have a look sorry if I'm, sometimes it's just not bringing up my, there we go. We're literally just going to use our desktop search function in Instagram and say, what would you, river, just river, 14 million. I would add a hashtag river in those 19 because it's huge. I would add, river cruise. Huge gallery of photos. We want a piece of that. What's another one? This is something, boat life. I hope, no, that's rude. So I hope I hope that makes sense. And what I was going to share with you now, when I say 30, we don't want to be desperate with our hashtags. The way Instagram works is that you can add just your main hashtags in the status. So here is the status. You use the rest of them as the first comment, okay, as the first comment. And the best way to do that, and I'm going to go onto my phone later and I'll show you the best way to do that. Once I send you this email, use the notes function in your phone, okay? So when we go into notes, you've always got your hashtag strategy tools at the ready. So all you need to do every time you do a post, I have these already set in my phone. So I took the photo, I did a little bio about the photo, and then I went and did a search on everything that was relevant to this business, not to help me, to help them, okay? And this is how I would love for you to start flicking the switch. How can I help my destination first? Because they're going to be thinking about visiting the Murray first. Now, not always, that's not always the case, but people are inspired to come and visit the region and then they're going to come to you. So let's tap into where the main playground of destination focus first. We all have a responsibility to lead the way. We need you to get involved in this. And then we put those eyeballs and that audience onto, then we capture that audience and then funnel down to our business. Remember we talked about funnels? This is just a different way of doing that. Okay. Any questions, comments, anything? Mim, how many hashtags in the main post? 3 to 4 maximum, and then the other 26 you're going to use in your comments. Okay, so remember, like in that example, I will go in and use, 3 to maybe 4, depending on what it is that I'm saying, but I will save up the rest in my notes toolbox and go in and copy and boom, slap them in. But all of it, none of these are random. If you were to go in and look at any of my posts that I use in the hashtags in the comments, I've strategically done exactly what I'm asking of you to do. I've only gone and searched, so we don't, you see a lot of businesses doing, and it's nice sometimes, take the load of, you can do something funny or fun, but when we're talking as in a tip to be strategic is go in and do your research. So you might have something that's, you've got food and accommodation and a boat and the river. So when you're doing a destination post, go in and have a look at and have a think about, okay, I'm going to cluster different hashtags to be able to then go in and have access to them quickly. Let me show you exactly what I mean by that. So say for me, and where can I get so here. Now this is another wonderful thing that I love to use, guys, and it's called Trello, because this little app, I not only have it on my phone, I have it on my desktop. So see here, I've gone and researched everything from tourism-related posts. I've got sometimes I just do some quotey things and the like. And then I'll go in and have these at the ready. Now this is so easily done on your notes, as well as doing it using a tool like this. Now, particularly, and I'll just won't mind. So this is another a really, really good way, and I'm sure I express this to you as well. It's, the best way to learn is through repetition sometimes, if you haven't done so already, or if you weren't in our first webinar of Introduction to Digital Marketing. I would go in and theme your days, and then when you theme them, an extension of that is then have 30 hashtags at the ready for every different theme. So Monday, make Monday about Visit the Murray. Okay? So I'm just saying as an example. This is a suggestion if you would like to take it. Tuesday, make it about a partner business. Okay? Who's next door to you? Who have you packaged with recently? And so forth. Wednesday, let's put a promotion there. Another tip here, guys, is that you actually put it in a strategy, have it in your plans to actually have some days where you put in your website link in there. Okay, that is something that we always want to think about. Any more questions, comments? Did you find, or if you don't have any questions or comments, are you finding this valuable? Okay, we're going to move on to just your quality of your images, okay? So we've got something like this. So number one, your Instagram posts are square, okay? So we've taken a photo. I always recommend take photos this way, okay? Because you can always feel it looks better on Facebook and on Instagram. So when you're taking photos, they're going to look much better, because then you're going to get this white space on the sides, okay? Or you can look at something like, or this, as when we're presenting our products. So when it comes to images, we want to be putting some thought and some love into the quality of how we are representing ourselves. So if we are selling product, or we're restaurants, or shop, showing food, let's get a little bit creative, okay, and ensure that, okay, lighting is important. You know, when we're sharing dark photos, I mean, both of these were taken on an iPhone, but you can see the quality and just a little bit of thought. We can give ourselves that better first impression. Okay, now when it comes to images, did you know every tourism business out there has access to free images through Visions Victoria? Okay, it's as easy, now it's free. You do have to go in and register and say what the purpose, you know, what's the purpose of your photos for, and it looks like this. Let me take you to the... So I've given you the link there. You can go in, and I logged out before so I can show you what this looks like. Now, I've done this for both Visions Victoria and the Image Gallery of Tourism Australia, and you'll see for both, I've used Murray here, and there were actually different images, like I had 2 libraries of some different images. So I've already gone through and registered. That will be the first step that you need to register. So now if I just searched for Murray, I'm sure, again, we've got some more beautiful different images that we can have access to. Now this is what I showed earlier. We can't directly load it. They are watermarked in here. But if I wanted to download this, you've got add to this basket, add this to my basket, and then once it's added to your basket, we want to say, let's go to basket, and over here we can go proceed to order on the right here. And see, here we can have access to low res, small, high res, or medium. I would always go medium, and here Visit Victoria. Just want to know what's the purpose of this exercise. Why do you want this? For example, every time I use the images, it's just very transparent. I'll say I'm using it for my social media usage, whether it's for a cover photo on my Facebook, or a post, a social media post, my website, my brochure. Okay, so these are free, gorgeously, professionally taken photos that you have access to, and Tourism Australia is another one. Tourism Australia now, remember last week, video is really important. If you don't have quality video, you might want to go and check out the video gallery in the Tourism Australia site. So I hope that's helpful to you to get some quality images happening. Did anyone already have access to that? So again, I've shared the links exactly where you need to go and register for these. Another one that is quite fun, and I get images like this from, again, for free. I do also pay for some, depending if I want that something really lovely. For example, Pixabay is another one. So Pixabay is something I prepared earlier. So here, if you wanted just something, when we've got, say, school holidays, for example, kids playing. If you had some type of a promotion, you like, oh, I just need something with kids. This is cute, like you could do a cute little caption, like looking to entertain the kid. I don't know. This is just an example, but see, you can use here, it's saying free for commercial use, no attribution required. So they're saying, yeah, go for it. You can use this free commercially. You don't even have to credit us. But just the paranoia in me, I always still, even in my presentation, because I make this available online for you guys, I just never want anything to come and bite me. You will notice at the end of my presentation, I will say that the photos are, a collection from Shutterstock and Pixabay. Okay, so if this, you might want to just put that in the back of your mind that you still want to credit. Jared, we're all good? Okay, Jared just lost audio. I hope everyone else is okay. I am recording this, so never fear, and you're like, as always with the webinars, you will be receiving everything. So there's some free, there's 4 resources now of where you can tap into really sexy, gorgeous, professional-looking images. Number 1, using your hashtag library of using hashtags to tap into a collection of thousands of photos from visitors in your destination. Okay, we've got that to tap into, that we can screenshot, always attribute and capture. We've got Visions Victoria, Tourism Australia, Library of Images at Australia, and Pixabay was another one that I really dig lately. Okay, free design sources. For those of you that have been in any of my trainings, Canva is one that I love. And again, I've put it up here. I've created an account just as you would. It's completely free. So something like even, and this is again another tip, guys, and I will reiterate this during our Facebook page, is to never leave, it's all gone a bit funny, is to never leave your Facebook cover photo without what the latest is. This is your main real estate. So I always want you to be thinking, whatever it is that you've got on your Facebook cover, is that promoting your latest campaign? Are you in tune? Is it aligned with what's happening on your website? Now, something like this cover, I did it all by myself. I took the photo from an iPhone, but the way I did all this lovely overlay of text is I used this design tool that's called Canva. Now, all you need to do is sign up to a free account. Now you can see up here they've started with creator design. We've got social media, presentation, posters, a Facebook post, because you'll notice Facebook posts, the dimensions are slightly different to Instagram. But again, call me lazy or call me, just a little bit like we all are, a bit time poor. I always just use this social media template because it looks really good on Instagram and on Facebook. Now, as you come out on the side here, this is where we get our inspiration from. Look at this, guys. A whole heap of professionally designed templates that you can tap into. Okay? Now, where you see these grids, these are copyright photos. If you wanted this photo exactly, you would have to pay $1 for that. But again, free. What you can do, upload your own images. So whether you find them in the ways that we've just talked about, or you've got your own, you could come in, drag. Sometimes it works for you. If it doesn't, in this case, it's probably better that it didn't, so I can show you the manual when you start going, oh man, she did it and it didn't work. So normally, and if I go back and I choose another template, say if I go here, I'm sure this will work, I can drag and see that? It just overrides what was under there. How good is that? And then you'd say, okay, that doesn't look so good up the top there. I want to drag it down. So they've already put the thought into what looks sexy, what font goes with what. So if I was doing something there, you could use a nice travel-inspired quote. What we talked about, a quote, something inspiring of a destination. Like you could put in, let's pretend this is segueing around the Murray. You could put in something like, top 10 things to do in Echuca. I use this, and then in the post, put those top 10 things. That very same thing you will translate into a blog. Okay, so this is where you can get some design inspiration. Click here on the plus button, and you will have a world of choices. The main one I want to draw your attention to is the social media. Facebook event cover, if you do any of those, but mainly here in the Facebook cover. This is your homework. I want you to go into Canva, register for it, and look at this. There's all these templates and tools, and just do something a little more interesting than what you probably currently have. I love these type of Facebook cover photos because you can, a lot of you do different things. So you might want to do something that's product specific, a little beautiful destination river park, like, because look what happens here. I can go in, I've just clicked that and it's come out. I can go in and just drag and drop different photos. Do you love that? Christmas is coming up, make it Christmassy. I hope that is something that you're going to find a lot of ease, and you, thanks Despina for this one. It's so awesome. Thanks, Rach, for confirming sound issues are awesome. All good. Okay, so I hope we're running out of time, or we're just gone a little bit over, but I'm just going to share some of these free app sources. This will take us to the conclusion of our time together. But another tip that makes just life that little bit easier, and now's the time where I'm going to try and get onto my phone. How good's this, guys? I can show you direct. So what I do, you can see, I group all my design tools. Now, something that works really well, now I'm going to click on Word Swag. I wanted to share with you because some of you might be on iPhone and some of you on Android. Word Swag is awesome because now it's available to both. It might be a few dollars, like I think maybe like it's gone up to $5 or $6. But what I was talking about before, using Canva, you can do it all straight from your phone using this lovely tool. So if I'm going to click on, now I can take a photo directly or just go to my image library. So now I've got this lovely, I can see down here I've got different lovely texts. Oh, take me. See, here we go. I'll just stick with this one. It looks nice. And if I now click on image, it's going to take me to my image. Oh no, I want to go to, sorry, one step before that, I want to go to my camera roll first. And I'm going to choose the little, say yesterday I was in Walhalla. I'll choose a nice photo. And I can now go here. The white looks a bit, if I double tap on that, then you can say anything you want. Visit the, or I'll do hashtag visit the Murray. I'm doing it straight on my phone. We're pretending. Not also, it doesn't like the hashtag. My bad. You get the idea. Okay, so you could put anything you want in there, but no, it doesn't like the symbols. Continue and don't remind me. So whatever it is, you could say, take me here. Or again, like we said before, you could even just do your website down the corner. So rather than just having a blank image, you could come down here and put www or just visitthemurray.com.au. And if you didn't like that text, there's all different, different types of borders. How I'm moving this around, guys, here is with my fingers. and I can expand just like you do with a photo, or I can make it smaller and put it in the corner there, okay? So I've given you some different ones. These are what I have on my phone, so I'll take you, yeah, if you wanted to have a look, pause, and rewind when you see the recording. I love to share it all with you, and then you can have a play. iMovie is fantastic because remember, video is really good. Now I think on Android Video Creator, but what's great about iMovie is that you can use your images that you have on your phone. So I've just selected images, and animate them into a video. So now I go create movie. I've chosen two images, and you could go in and make those. If I go back, make those into a little moving image all through your phone. And then you can just say, yep, I'm done. You can export it and save the video. Save video. Okay? It's as easy as that. That was the express version of tips and tricks. These are 4 favorite ones. So go and have a play now, guys. This is the most important thing, that you go and actually give these things a try. So be excellent by taking action now. We're not going to see each other for a while now. I think the next one is coming up in November. I will put it in the follow-up email with the registration link. And last but not least, if you enjoyed this webinar and our time together so far, I would love for you to go and leave a review on my Facebook page. Now, I am saying this to you because this is another tip. Anytime you finish with a client that experiences your product, please end in a way that you can say, if you've had a great time here today, well, really, I'm a small business and it would really mean the world to me. So I can help more businesses if you could go and drop me a line on my Facebook page and leave a review for me. If you didn't, please email me at, in this instance, Despina, so we can improve our service. I would love for you to do the same. Okay. Thank you very much. I appreciate you and I appreciate the time you've taken out to join me today. I'll get this recording. I did have some issues with the recording last time. Apologies, it took some time. I was so thankful that I could retrieve it, which was great. So unless we have any questions, comments, going to follow some tips right now. Jared, you rock. This is the best way to learn, is just go do as quick as you can. But if any of you had any other questions, or if there's anything I didn't cover, please never hesitate to send me a line. I am here for you. Okay. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you very much. That is great. That's the best feedback I can get if you guys got value out of it. We've got only an hour. It's just a tiny little hour. I give you everything, including the kitchen sink, so you can go and rock your businesses online. Give the love and the time when we don't have that much money to invest. This stuff works. It's incredible. Okay, if we don't have any more questions, thank you, Mim. My pleasure. Thank you. Thanks for putting your hand up for that example. That really that was really valuable as well. So go and look at your bios too. That's enough. But I'm going to hold back now because we're going to spend an hour on Instagram and an hour on Facebook coming up. There's just so much more. Okay. It looks like there's no more questions, so I won't take up any more of your time and just express my gratitude again for having me. Thank you, Rachel and Visit the Murray team, and thank you to all of you for showing up. It speaks volumes in your commitment to your businesses. Okay. Without further ado, enjoy the rest of your lives, your days and your lives. Okay. Thanks, guys. All right. Bye for now.